Hello troops, welcome back to the channel. It's Dan from Hades Airsoft. In this video we'll be taking a closer look at 36-hour Milsim in Gran Canaria, where I was joined by JBG and name's Nico, and we'll be showing you just how British Army veterans train for and prepare for an arduous Milsim in difficult conditions. After their arrival in Gran Canaria, I set about issuing out the large amounts of kit and equipment JBG and names Nico would need to undertake this 36-hour Ultra Milsim.
I feel like I'm back in. Oh, some heat, yeah, okay.
910. 2 8 tracers, right? That's
Cheers,
from
bro.
World Airsoft Tactical Centre in Tenerife.
Okay. Oh, good lads.
Let's get you fucking waxed off. I like the look of that.
No. Look at that beautiful hero sling. Let's make it. Let's complete the look. This was worn in Afghanistan, Operation Herrick 11.
That's got some serious minerals.
I want it back.
Roger.
I feel the energy just summoning into my chest. I've gone from this to this.
One time Zagon.
You fucking stand by. Stand by.
Thank you.
Get a load of that. Right, a big boy one. Yeah. And a more convenient one.
2 mags, please.
2 mags. Well, this is it. Got one. I think you might have the other one.
1 mag then, please.
1 mag. Still from stores there. Unlike the other members of JBG, this was Alex's first Ultra Milsim. He was understandably keen to get his kit issued and get amongst it. It's time for some training. We head up to Vacaria, which is an open skirmish site here in Gran Canaria. Get yourself a fucking Hades Airsoft magazine in there, kid. It's important that their hop-up units and sights are correctly zeroed. This being an Ultra Milsim, we must be as prepared as possible. The devil is in the details. In your own time. Go on. Beautiful. Nice tight grouping from Alex. We've got 4 there. Where's your 5th? That group there is uber tight. Look at that. After zeroing, it's time for some individual skills training so the men can familiarise themselves with their loaned replicas they'll be using for the 36 hours.
Yep.
Now we practice some drills in a fire team of 4. Starting with a very simple advance to contact and a reaction to effective enemy fire.
Contact front!
Here we see them bounding forward in pairs, one pair laying down covering fire so the other pair can advance safely.
Right, so at this point they're suppressing the enemy positions. We're on this bund line. However, I'm deciding that we're going to make a tactical withdrawal because the enemy are too great a threat. Right, gents, listening in. We're going to be bounding back. Delta are going to be moving first. Delta, stand by. Prepare to move. Move! Charlie, prepare to move. Move! I didn't have to do anything. Once I told them what they were doing, they just switched on. They remember their training. They've bounded back. Great communication, great cover. Can't ask for anything more.
Back at the house, we continue with individual preparation like spraying up of replicas or grabbing the last few essentials before deploying.
Charlie. Oh, I forgot. I'm usually in chocolate and rice and chicken curry. And this time, we're even taking a chair, because Dan said yes.
Is it all coming back to you, Nico?
A little bit, mate, yeah. Feels weirdly comfortable.
As commander, it's up to me to make sure everybody's personal information like blood type and allergies is noted in case of a real-world injury.
So we've got all our weapons in there. all the different cases, all the backups. And we've got our section bag. And then the rest, start packing the rest of your kit into Lewis's first, please.
It's now Friday afternoon and time to deploy to the south of the island, a harsh and unforgiving environment. However, this time we were living in relative luxury in our very own forward operating base that we christened Fob Trinity.
Dan, do you want to give us a little lowdown on what's going on right now?
Just getting some of the kit unloaded here. We're going to set up our ponchos and our tents and stuff here. So,
And we've got actual toilets, come on.
Actual toilets. There's obviously some sort of like briefing room over there potentially. We've got generators, a couple of guard towers as you see.
So the next thing is to set up the bashers.
Yeah, let's get set up.
Dan, can you tell us what you're doing, mate?
I'm trying to put up a Spanish issue one-man tent with 2 people. So far, we're having mixed results. He's just had me fucking sun cream off me. Look at that.
Hey, we're playing that game.
Where are we? Thought it was on your arse then for a minute.
As you can see, morale amongst the troops was high. And with that, our corner of the fob was complete. Now it's time for me to get unpacked. Given we were in a secure forward operating base, I can afford to set up my own tent for the duration of the Milsim. I set up my inflatable roll mat, my sleeping bag, my trusty battle pillow, and add another layer of comfort by using this folded smock as another pillow. However, I still need to stay on top of my admin, so I make sure to place anything unnecessary away back in my Bergen, leaving things like my cooking system and rations near the top so they can be accessed easily. Tucking my riff into the sleeping bag to keep the dust away. It's time for the opening brief from Milsim, and they always put on a good spread. Afterwards, we head back to our fob for a brief from our unit commander for the event, Akoidan, also from Milsim. We have guard duty until the early hours and our first mission.
It's 5:20 in the morning and we've just been pulled in for our first brief.
Our first tasking of the event is to recon a potential enemy base 2 kilometers away. We set off before dawn to get as close as possible under cover of darkness before the sun starts to rise. As it does, we narrowly avoid being compromised by an enemy vehicle patrol.
Right, vehicle. Where?
And decide to peel back and find an alternative route.
Yeah, seen. Yeah, I think we will do, yeah. So peel back.
As we do, I take advantage of the limited view of the enemy camp from this position to gain as much intelligence as possible.
Get up to at least that mound and see from there what sort of angle we've got. Is this a selfie or?
No, carry on.
Okay, fine.
We'll figure it out.
Down here, over the other side of that ridge.
After deciding on our alternate route, I brief all members of the team on the new plan. This is so the mission can continue should I become a casualty. Having now observed the enemy camp from 2 separate angles, and with the sun rapidly rising, I make the call the section has gathered enough information and we withdraw back to camp without alerting the enemy. Given that this was a stealth recon mission, getting the job done without being seen was paramount.
We've just come off a night recce, which then turned into a day recce. But yeah, I'm feeling good, mate. I'm feeling good. We had a bit of fun. How are you feeling?
Snaps.
Just filling out basically a report on our previous mission, the recon. So Jose's filling out that form for us.
After 12 hours of gameplay, it's time for a pause and for us to get some well-earned rest before it all kicks off.
Again, stand to. I'm not even joking. Jose, Lewis, get up there now. Run, Lewis.
Oh! Whoa! That's ours.
Did you get me public ordering? Did you get it?
I might have done, I don't know.
Oh mate, I'll be scrapping.
As soon as he does, he's not going to know what hit him.
The protest was timed well, and it catches most of the participants off guard.
Yeah, looks like they're leaving.
I can safely say that had Trinity not already been standing guard duty and been so quick to react, the protest would have broken through and overrun the fob. After the protest, we were told we would soon be briefed about our next mission. This gave us time to go over any points amongst ourselves, conduct any personal preparation like cam and concealment,
Do his zip up so he doesn't have to come all of his neck up.
and give our replicas some much needed maintenance.
Y vamos a ver que es el único punto de acceso que tenemos. Igualmente tenemos que cruzar por el patrón que...
Our mission was to strike an enemy held facility and secure bomb making equipment.
Say it again. Charlie, ready to check over?
Luckily for this mission, we would be deployed several kilometers forward by this vehicle convoy headed up by my good friend Pedro of the Commando Guanche Milsim team. As you can see, they also use Block Tactical, so don't forget to use code HAD10 for 10% off at blocktactical.com. When we arrive at our drop-off point, it's vital I do a head count and make sure all of my men have arrived safely and are ready to step off.
Okay, so we've just been dropped off by a vehicle convoy on top of one of the mountains overlooking the compounds we're about to attack onto. Just about to get the drone up into the air now.
Drone coverage allowed us to recon our route for enemy activity, but it was still a hard slog over several kilometers of difficult terrain. Any chance I get, it's important I check in on the men. Dehydration in the heat is common. After arriving at the compound, I set up Alex and Lewis in an overwatch position as Charlie and Nico make their way down the cliff to clear one side of the objective. Once they're committed, it's time for me and Alex to descend, all while Lewis continues to provide that all-important sniper cover.
Two on Charlie, two on Delta.
We link back up with Charlie and Nico, who have secured much of the compound and also the bomb-making equipment.
Right, let me go and talk.
It's mission complete and we call in extraction. Back at the fob, it's time for some food and some rest as we wait for it to get dark and undertake our final mission of the event. Our task is to defend a VIP in his encampment and extract him back to our own FOB.
Gents, let's get after it.
Outnumbered 2-1, we ambush the lead elements of the enemy force as they make their approach, to thin their numbers before the battle begins in earnest.
Fuck.
During over an hour of intense contact, the enemy tried to break our lines repeatedly, but Trinity remain one step ahead of the game, dig their heels in, and keep the enemy at bay.
That was another hit.
With the last pockets of attackers destroyed or in full retreat, the event is over. It's mission complete, and Trinity are victorious.
Are you rolling? Right.
You got that camera, didn't you?
I did. I won't put it in.
Troops, I'd like to thank all of the members of Trinity for making this event such a success, Nico for his mentoring and motivation on my YouTube journey, Lewis for making everything he does look effortlessly cool,
I've got our pole position.
Charlie for making me remember what it's like leading riflemen again,
Fuck off, they've not gone through there.
and Alex for his sterling effort on his first Ultra Milsim. These are the men of Johnny Big Gun. I also need to thank the members of my team here in Gran Canaria. These are the men behind the scenes, and without them these videos would not be possible in quite the same way. Troops, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time on the channel.